Hey YouTube, good morning from Jake and I. We are in a hotel room. Thank you, Jesus. We got off the truck for an evening. If you call it, you're gonna fall over. An evening. Sometimes you just need to get off the truck when you can't get home, and it was very much needed. So, I knew that we were going to drop our load at our Salt Lake City terminal, and it was going to be repowered by someone else because it had 5 days on the load, and a team doesn't need 5 days. So, and then I thought, well, let's just take some time off while we're here. Let's just be ready to go noon on the 5th, which would give us like 24 hours. And then as I sat longer, I thought, do I want to sit in Salt Lake City in 104 degrees in the truck with a dog? Not if I don't have to. So, I got hotel rooms for Sheila and I. They're nice. They're king size, and mine has a patio for Jake because they're pet friendly. And right outside my window, I'll show you. Right outside my window is a putting green, and then just beyond that is a waterway, and then there's a walkway that goes all the way around, and it's quite far. You can see over there somebody in the distance walking. So I haven't ventured that because if you can see on the cement here, which way am I going? The cement here, there is feces that line that cement, and it's not from dogs. That is duck feces, but it's the size of a medium-sized dog's doo-doo. And it's all over. So I can't imagine being maintenance and groundskeepers here and having to go out there and clean that up all the time. But so yeah, it was just nice getting off the truck. So title of this video: Sheila was driving the other night. It was a delivery, and she was backing into the dock, and I was in the bunk sleeping, and her trailer bumped the driver's chrome deer guard, and so there was a small blemish on his deer guard and a small blemish on our trailer. So she came in and she asked me for the insurance cards, and I asked her what happened, and she explained that she ran into a guy and blah blah blah. And so I told her where the insurance cards were, and then a little while longer she couldn't find them, so she opened the curtains again and asked me about them. And at that time I thought, oh, I'll just get up. She's got pictures to take, the insurance claim. She's got to call safety, all these things. So as I get up from the bunk and open the curtain, I just sleep with a tank top and shorts on. Not indecent by any means, but it's also not something that I would wear fueling or into a truck stop. So, I'm not dressed for the day, so to speak. I don't know that Jake's ever heard a vacuum, but he's barking at the vacuum outside the door. Come here, buddy. And, so anyway, I get up from the bunk area, open the curtain, and I see this large man sitting in my driver's seat. And Sheila's standing in the cab. And I'm like, what's going on here? She goes, this is the driver that I hit. So I look at the driver and I say, you need to get out of my truck. I was very pleasant when I first said it, even though when I just wake up, I kind of have a growly voice. But I was not mad about it.
Head west on Wiley Postway toward Jimmy Doolittle Road.
And he kind of looks up at me because I'm standing, right? And he's sitting in my driver's seat. And he doesn't move right away. And so I know we all know how to put a little bass in our voice, right? It's where you go like an octave lower, and that's for pets and kids and your spouses that don't want to listen to you at first, or whomever. So I'm like, you need to get out of my truck now. See, total different tone, but I got it. So he slowly gets out. I thought he was going to break my frickin' seat because he didn't take any weight off of the seat. He sort of like slid down. Anyway, he gets out of it, and then I told Sheila, I said, shut the door. You can talk to him from the window, and he does not need to be on those steps. So the reason that I'm making a video in part about this is because there is no way in hell that that driver would have pulled that stunt if it was a male driver. So just because you're male, do not try to take advantage of us out here, because you do not have the ability nor the right to do it. Hang on. Sorry, dropped the phone. Especially when it comes to my truck. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be taken advantage of. And yes, I do consider you getting inside my home and plopping down on a chair uninvited. Yeah, I consider that invasion. So stay out of my truck, stay off my steps. Yeah, so what ends up happening with that, because I'm a lease driver, I carry the insurance, so they take the $500 deductible out of my settlement, and I pay for it. She and I had a conversation about future incidences, if they would occur. Just because she has to have some teeth in the game, too. Like, if I'm covering the deductibles all the time, then, there's nothing financially penalizing to her when it comes to accidents. Get down. What are you doing? Get down. Weirdo. Oh. Hello. Jake. Come here. Jake. Weirdo. Sometimes he looks like an alligator. Like that. Anyway. Moving along. Then I had another thing that happened that I just thought I'd share, because my opinion of it has flip-flopped. So when I first came out here, I accepted help, and I think that I was offered a lot of help because I am female, right? So I accepted it. I didn't have the confidence.
Head west on Wiley Postway toward Jimmy Doolittle Road.
My navigation thing keeps going off because I was checking out mileage for a pre-plan I got. But but that's changed now. So I pulled into a customer. We had to get a live load. So they pulled me into a dock, or they told me what dock to pull into. And the guy's like, you have dock 5. And he turns around, and we're outside. So he looks at the dock doors, and he's like, can you get into 5? This lighting is wacko. And I said, isn't there a truck in 5? And he's like, well, no, it just looks like that. It's just really congested. And I said, oh, okay. And then he's like, do you want me to give you an easier door? I'm like, well, wait, you have an easier door, but you give me 5? And he's like, well, that's because it's already pre-staged at 5. But we could take a little longer and move the product to an easier door for you. And I said, well, if you're going to give me an easier door, yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Would you offer this to a guy, like to a male driver? He's like, well, like, no. I'll take door 5. Plus your product's there. I'm good. He's like, sure? And I'm like, positive. So I back in. I get my trailer into the box, which is like the lines of the dock doors, like your lane where you're supposed to be in. So the trailer's in there. And then I was like, darn it, I forgot to open the doors for the trailer. And you need a lot of room to swing these doors open when they have the tails on them. So I essentially had to pull back out and to an angle to clear the trailers on the side of me. So as I did that, I was getting out to open the doors. And I made contact with another Prime driver that was probably 7 dock doors down from me. And he did one of these, like, motioning to him. And I just sort of looked at him, like, questioning, like, what, kind of like, what? And he's like, and he mouthed, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. So while I appreciated the offer, I I have the confidence, and now I can say that I really am building my skill and in backing, and I didn't need his help. Now there are times where I do need help with blind sides, like true blind sides. But I had a blind side the other day I didn't need help at. Or if the employee parking lot shares the parking lot with the trucks and the docks, which oddly enough happens a lot. I don't understand it. And so I needed to take all the room that they gave me to make my turn. I was trying to do a one shot, and there was all these luxury vehicles parked in front of me. So another driver got out to help me to make sure that I would clear those vehicles without any damage to their vehicles or my truck. So, otherwise you got to keep getting out because you want to make sure you're not going to hit anything. But that's when I'll accept help as well. But I didn't need help this time around. So I thought that was interesting how it's sort of flip-flopped. And, I still appreciate the offer, but now I'm confident knowing that I can decline it. It's not cocky, it's confidence, and there's a difference. So, and then this video is kind of all over the place, but being in a hotel room for the night, I realized some things that I miss, and these are less obvious than, of course you miss your family and your bed and your personal items and things like that. I really miss my bathtub. Yeah. Showers are great, but I don't know, I always feel so rushed in a shower. Like the, bath time just gives you time to relax. It's just awesome to me. I told Chris, like, we will have a big Roman tub at our house. Like, that's one of my requirements. So I may not be able to use it as often as I like, but we will have a big one. And then I miss a full-length mirror. Yeah, that's crazy how many times I get ready for work, go into a restroom, and I never get to see, like, waist or below. It's so strange. And I never get to see behind me. Like, I have no idea what the back of my hair looks like on a daily basis. That is scary. Very scary. But we're just enjoying our... What are you doing? We're just enjoying our downtime. I'm going to take him for a walk here soon. Trying to dodge all of the duck poo-poo out there. It's crazy. Our next load is going to Tennessee. We pick up today, and it goes to Tennessee for, I'm guessing it's going to be an early morning drop on the 7th. So, but we're still in a good position, so we don't have to go through Colorado, because, Colorado highways and I-70 are being, or I-70, or is it I-40? I-40 are being shut down due to the wildfires that are just tragically taking people's property and homes and livestock. It's just so sad. But I got to end this. I hope your 4th was safe. I only have 15 minutes on this, so I know it was a little long, so I apologize for that. But I hope your 4th of July was safe. I literally went to the restaurant, ordered food, had a glass of wine and some fruit, and that wine, I was done for. Like, I had one glass, and granted it was a petite Syrah, but I was done. And I was back in the room, I think by 8 o'clock, and knocked out. So I don't know what Sheila did, but nonetheless, I got some sleep. So take care. We'll check in with you on the road. Bye.